Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The Morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels dark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. With a sunrise spark, fuel for your fire when the world feels dark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
I'm done popped out. What up? What up? We back. Welcome to another episode of the Morning Mac Show. I see they already got Pop Beast in here, huh? What up, Beast? How you feeling today, brother?
What's good, brother? I thought y'all was doing the whole, the monologue and all that stuff. I was just minding my
He was
business.
ready to get introduced. I hit
What's
Onkin,
good,
and
man?
for some reason they popped you in too. I don't know what happened. On pop back, he'd probably be out, but you in here, please hit that like, that share button, subscribe. You watching on YouTube. My boy Matt, always the first one in here. What up, Matt? How you feeling today, brother? Said people name Prince. There you go. You started already. He's starting already. What you talking about, Matt, man? I see if Phil
Not
gonna pop in here. Yesterday we ended the show. Everybody wanted us to bring back up the Black Panther Party. He said they back out here. They coming to DC. They got I guess something here in DC now. And Phil getting this program. They doing something together. So that's gonna be big. We gonna pop out. And you knew the Black Panther Party was back out here. I knew they was out,
I
but I
did
know they
not.
was in DC yet.
Nah, I knew there was, I knew it was still a thing, but I don't know much about it to be honest with you. Or
Yeah, they got.
that ain't my cup of tea. Not because of anything that they do. I just don't. I'm not big into any of that kind of stuff. So you know,
Yeah, I wasn't even till I seen the Black Panther leader now. They got a new leader. So when I seen
okay.
them talking, I kept saying, damn, this dude just looked so familiar. So I started research. I'm like, damn, this is the same dude. He was the leader of the Bloods or something. And he was out there speaking for the gangs and stuff like that, saying things that how they was being mistreated and things like that. But it was almost word for what he was saying as the Black Panther leader. And it's like, I don't know. I just told Phil I don't trust him. I just seemed like he was a plant, because even the gang members, they was trying to figure out, they kicked them out because they're like, you're not really one of us. So I was just like, Phil, man, be careful. Sometimes they be like putting in their own guys just to make sure we don't get ahead. We might be planning something and we always wondering how they know, how they always somehow know what we planning, because the guy actually running the show is with them. So no matter what y'all do to try to get out of the situation y'all probably in, they can find a way to keep you there. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait till they
absolutely. I
get it.
mean, that's how they stay in control of everything. You've heard of industry plants, you've heard of things. I mean, at this point, we've seen enough. There's been movies, videos about it. What was the one? It was something of Judas. I can't remember the name of that. Where it talked about how the Black Panther Party was destroyed because of that. You know what I'm saying? They planted people in the party to give them the information to destroy the party.
Yeah.
So it ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to definitely don't want to fall for the same tricks, but also, if somebody's doing good,
Yeah.
you want to be a part of that as well. So it's kind of like a catch-22. You don't really know until you find out. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
I respect it. I wouldn't say I wouldn't support or listen or hear it or whatever the case may be, but you I think that you're saying, Molly, is you just got to be careful because you never know out here nowadays. Well, not even nowadays, back then the days. You
I
know what I'm
know,
saying?
right?
Don't
It,
even, it's basically know your history so you don't fall for the same thing twice.
and that's what I'm trying to say. We can't fall for it again because I think they did the same thing with Black Lives Matter. Like they appointed these women into a certain place, put money behind them. They got everybody going, and it was Black Lives Matter everywhere. And I ain't gonna lie, I was pushing it. I was with it. I was loving it. It was something good to see. And then when I started to follow the money and see where all the money was going, it's like how that's not coming back to help us in our situation. It ain't gotta be me individual. I'm just saying black people in general, like that need help that's in bad situations. They use that money to buy mansions to go live elsewhere on the West Coast. So it was just like, hold up, man. They keep using our pain and our suffering to get money, and it seemed like they might be trying it again. If I didn't see Buddy as the leader of the Black Panther Party, I wouldn't even thought none of it. But once I seen him, I said, oh nah, something ain't right. I don't trust Buddy, man. We gotta keep our eyes open because we can get what we can get out of them, but it's like we're not gonna really get ahead if they always got somebody planted inside. But I'm
It's
with you,
only it's
P.
only so far they're gonna allow you to go. You know what I'm
Yeah, you're
saying?
right. They ain't
But
gonna let we gonna start then without I let pop back in here. If they want to pop in here and talk about that Black Panther Party, we gonna do it. We gonna get started with Finesse Two Times. I don't know if y'all know the artist overnight, but he was having a studio session. I respect what he did overnight. One of the young ladies in the studio, she didn't. She said her age or something was like 17, something like that. And a lot of these artists we talk about now and these elites, they tend to like the girls younger, but I just wanted to share something that he did. and get our thoughts on it.
Fight, got him in. But me, I've been waiting to get my round with.
They said you 17?
Me, Wait, who is that? 17?
Hell nah, where your ID?
Me, I don't. My person.
Hell nah, you said yeah. When they said
no.
Or you just showing
yo,
it?
man, get these. Who she came with?
Me, I came alone.
Oh,
You see
man.
what she said?
I gotta use the bathroom.
I
I gotta use the bathroom.
Wait,
You know your candy. No, I'm sure you did that.
no, because I'm saying who ain't wrong. I said that too quick, though.
Wait, tell me your age then.
Me?
Yeah.
Me, I said my birthday just passed. So I'm 18. I was 17.
Oh.
But my birthday just passed.
Oh, you're 18?
Yeah, because I said my birthday was in February. Remember? I said I wore the shirt out because it's still February. My birthday just passed. Okay, let's take a shot. Can we play music or something? I know. Hello? Play some music right now. I didn't think she. Wait, no, I didn't think she would be for real.
I called it out as a joke. That's why.
I ain't gonna lie, this shit threw my whole vibe off. I'm gonna ask all y'all. Yeah, all y'all. Yeah, this shit threw my vibe off. I got doors, man. I ain't got nothing but doors, man. This shit threw my whole vibe off. That's all I gotta do. I want nobody playing with my kids like that.
You want IDs? What do you want?
No, I don't want nothing. I just want I'm in the studio session. It's just about, I know the narrative that they'll build against me just because it's me. You see what I'm saying? They'll say it's about me just because it's me. You know what I'm saying? So I can't go for this shit. I can't, I'm good.
Even trying to fight. Got him in. But me, I've been waiting to get my round with.
Man about her age, man. What your thoughts on what he did, Bees? He ain't just excused her. He told all the women to leave. He threw his whole vibe off. He asked her how old she was. She said 17. Then she switched, said, no, my bad, 18. My birthday just passed. I keep forgetting. He's like, then let me see your ID. Said that she left her purse or something. He's like, nah. He had excused himself from the room for a second, came back, and he's like, know what? All of y'all leave. I know the other girls pissed off because they was like, shoot, we can show ID. Like, no, I don't even want it. I got daughters, you know. Like, what's your thoughts on after seeing this video?
I definitely respect it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. I mean, you know, it is what it is. He knows what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like we keep on, like we was talking earlier, is people keep on falling for the same tricks. You know what I'm saying? Like eventually you gotta hold yourself accountable for yourself no matter what. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what the people in the room are saying. It don't matter whatever the case may be. If you get that, once you get that inkling, yeah, you gotta know. You know what I'm saying? To go ahead and get rid of all of them. Now I don't trust none of y'all, because now I feel like, you know, somebody knew this chick was in here 17, and if you knew, then I don't want you a part of this group anyway. I don't want you in here either. You know what I'm saying? It's just about that whole, you know, it's about that, you know, that having respect for yourself. So I respect it. I don't even know this dude, but you know, that now that makes me interested in at least listen to his music. You know what I'm saying? Listen to something to know that he has that respect for himself where he don't even want to be a part of, he don't even want to be associated with it. And he don't want to associate with people who are associated with it. So, you know, so that, I respect it.
I was shocked that he actually went viral for doing this. You know, most people don't go viral for being stand up. You know, a lot of dudes go viral for getting caught up with a 17-year-old in the studio. Like he said, anything can go after this. She can come back and say something else. He's like, nah, I ain't dealing with it. And he got daughters. That's what stuck out to me the most. I think a lot of men with daughters might look at things a lot different. And these other young rappers or early, you know, late, old, it don't matter. I just think they don't value their daughters like some people. And he said he ain't got nothing but daughters. But all I was thinking about on that couch is somebody's daughter. It's all of them is somebody's daughter. And it's just like what go wrong you think with the parents, and sometimes I think it ain't nothing that the parents might did wrong, but what make these kids want to be in this type of environment? Definitely at a younger age, 16, 15, they be trying to get in these adult environment. I done seen when I was young getting into the clubs, girls my age. I was like, how you get in there? They be like, they ain't check my ID. And the dudes that let them in, I used to be like, but they ain't letting us in. You know, it was just crazy that for some reason they allow young women in certain environments. That's why I expect this the most. But I be wanting to know how and why these kids be wanting to even be in those environments. What's your thoughts on that, Beast? Why you think they be wanting to even be in these environments?
Because it's the thing to be. It's the it's the cool place to be. I mean, we all with that age, Molly. I mean, if your
Yeah,
boys is going out, you trying to party, you want to hang out too, you want to be in, and it's really about just being in an environment that is different, that's new, that you ain't never experienced. Like experiencing something new is it's exciting. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely something that I definitely did. I definitely was in environments. I can tell you a story. I was in the strip club underage, and the stripper that was stripping went to school with
yeah.
me. She
Uh-huh.
was in school with me. She asking me about my wife now, but then my girlfriend. And she was on the Palm Squad with my girlfriend, and she in there stripping. You know what I'm saying? So it is a part of it is something that happens. You know what I'm saying? Um, I looked older, she looked older. We were in a place that we weren't supposed to be, and they didn't check the environment. They didn't check their IDs, and of course, at that point in time, it was about money. No, they didn't care if they did. You know what I'm saying? If you can give a reasonable story, you was in, and it was all
Yeah.
about that excitement and that life. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I hear stories all the time about my friends and things like that they couldn't believe we were in these places. And then you go to school and it's like, yeah, I was in there last night. Guess who I saw? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Like what? Like
Yeah.
I used to hit all age go-go's. That was always weird to me. It's like as an adult now,
Mhm.
it's even more weirder because it's like if I'm out and I'm having a good time amongst my
Hey,
friends as
Amara, I'm
adults,
sorry.
I
Just
don't.
give me 1 second. I got
Go
my
ahead,
dog
yeah.
open my door upstairs and letting all the
Oh
cold in.
shit.
I just got to close it real quick. Hold on.
Go ahead. Go ahead. For me, I'm just looking at it like I don't want to have kids at the event that I'm doing. You know, it's just like when I grew up, when adults was partying and stuff, the kids stayed out the way. Like my mom then was playing cards and probably drinking and having a good time. We was upstairs out the way. And it just seemed like these kids today, and when I was coming up, for some reason, these all age go-go's, I just be like, they get to go in there with adults. I couldn't go because I mostly had practice. I probably just snuck off, but I just be like, if you just flip things, let's say if that was like a female artist like Glorilla or Megan or one of them, and you see them in the studio, I never see a lot of these female artists have like a 15-year-old boy in there that's pretending to be older that they can possibly have sex with. It just seems like it always happened majority with the men. You know, it's like we get tricked into believing that these girls are kids. I mean that they not kids, or some of these men just don't care. So I'm like, I know that it happens. It just still don't make it right. You know, I know some people probably can sneak into the club, but it ain't sneaking. Somebody allowing you to come in there, and most times it's another adult, and it just make me look at them weird. Like I'm throwing an event, and you 16, you not getting in this motherfucker. Like if it's 21 and older, you're not getting it. If you 18, it's just like some people take some risks. I think they need to up the fines on whatever it might be. If you catch a underage kid in there, they only allow them to do the fake IDs at least. I remember people used to have to get fake IDs. What happened to them? Now you ain't even got to show it. They just don't care. As long as you built a certain way and you look a certain way, they do it. But I wonder how many of y'all experience or know some female artists or rappers or anything out there, singers that have a studio session where they got a group of young boys in there, 17, 16, 18. It don't even matter. I just never really see it. But every time we having a studio session, be a bunch of girls in there. That might be the thing, but all of them don't be up to age, and it just be like why are they allowing that? So I respect what he did. He put Shorty out. Said, nah, we're not gonna do that today. If some of y'all just tapping in, I play the video back again. I just seen my boy just popped in here. Let's welcome him into the crowd. I like that background too, brother. I don't think B seen that joint yet. He gotta see this background, man. He probably seen it. What up, funny man?
What's up?
Man, that joint looks sweet. Hey, keeps telling that joint look like a scratch ticket.
Nah, I saw it the other day. I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, that joint nice. You might guys see the video back, or you caught some of it, Dave.
I literally just woke up.
Look, he over there hurt. I play it back. It ain't. Basically, it's this artist right here, Finesse 2 times. He had a studio session, and one of the girls, he asked her like how old she was. He probably was looking at her like she looked like she a kid, and she said 17, then switched to 18, and he eventually ended up putting them out. But I played that.
But me, I've been waiting to get my round with.
They said you 17?
Me, yeah. Wait,
What did you say?
wait, who is that? 17?
Hell nah, where your ID?
Me, I don't. My purse.
Hell nah, you said yeah when they said
Well,
that.
no.
Or you just showed
Yo,
it?
man, get these.
Who she came with?
Me, I came alone.
Oh
You see what she said?
man, I gotta use the bathroom.
You see how he asked who she came with?
Wait,
Oh yeah, I keep that.
No, because I'm saying, wait, hold on. I said that too quick, though. Wait,
Tell them your age.
me?
Yeah,
Me, I said my birthday just passed. So I'm 18. I was 17.
Oh.
But my birthday just passed.
Oh, you're 18?
Yeah, because I said my birthday was in February, remember? I said I wore this shirt out because it's
I
still
said my
February.
birthday is
My
in
birthday just
February.
passed.
Remember?
What she just take?
I don't know what that was, but it was something.
Huh?
I don't know. It was something though.
Yeah, see, I think I'm also worried that he knows, they doing drugs and shit like that too.
I thought it was a
Like
joke.
popping
That's why.
pills, like he ain't going to the
But
I ain't gonna lie, this shit threw my whole vibe off. I'm gonna ask all y'all. Yeah, all y'all. Yeah, shit threw my
see, what I also think he had the first question was who
I
she
got
came
doors.
with.
I ain't got
So now he don't
much
trust
doors.
none of them.
Yup.
That shit
So,
threw my whole vibe.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta do. Y'all do that. I want one playing with my kids like that.
You want IDs? What do you want?
No, I don't want nothing. I just
An
want
ID?
that studio session. It's just about, I know the narrative that they're building against me just because it's me. You see what I'm saying? They'll say it's about me just because it's me. You know what I'm saying? So I can't go for this shit. I can't. I'm good.
Even trying to fight.
It's popped in here on the job. What up, Trey Money?
What's up, Trey?
trade.
What's going on? What's up?
Shit. We in here talking about Finesse 2 times. You got the gif of it now, Dave. You probably let her stay though. I don't know, man. What's your thoughts on it? You kicking her out?
No. What they say in them TikTok videos? Oh no.
Y'all talking about his drug problem?
Nah, he kicked the 17-year-old out the studio and the rest of the girls because she was underage. He didn't trust she couldn't show no ID.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Too many. Plus, he's dealing with like the industry or whatever like that. Too many setups and stuff like that. Nah. In my case, shoot, I got kids older than that. So.
I thought you was about to tell on yourself, but I'm glad.
And you can,
all right.
and you can tell in their voice that they was young or whatever like that. No, so.
Dave said she can get up out of here. I respect the
Yeah,
justice. I heard Trey
outta
say he
here.
had drug problems. I don't know too much about him, but
Man, y'all don't be seeing him bugged out on the camera and stuff.
That's why
looking
he put them out, boy. He's like, I ain't what we do, Slim. She definitely can't be in here if he got a drug problem. Cause they said
Yeah.
Future was on all that drugs and shit, and found out he don't drink lean and never drunk it. He was just rapping, So you gotta be careful following these artists though. But I'm happy you put them out, man. If that was my daughter or whoever, I respect that. If she was in there trying to be fast or something, and he put them out, I respect that because I don't think a lot of artists would have did that. I'm trying to wait for
But
Phil to get in
but
his
you
bag.
also gotta know what they came in there for. The thing about it is, to me, and I told my daughter this, and you brought up why there's no 15-year-old dudes in there with female artists. Typically, a female artist they looking for somebody who got money, who can do the things they do. Now, if the 15-year-old got money, I bet he could get in there. But typically, a 15-year-old ain't in that position. So that ain't going to be the dude that's going to be in there. You know what I'm saying? But, if you in an artist, and I'm just being honest, you know what I'm saying? If you a young lady and you in an artist studio, you not there for your music opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
You not there. It's just like I tell people, hey, look, don't go, because I've dealt with other things, but don't go to the tour bus and act like you're gonna start reading the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you know when you get on that tour bus, there's a certain, they're not bringing you there for anything other than what they bringing you there for. You know what I'm saying? So be careful. You can't go into certain environments and then act like you don't know why you here. And to me, it looked like she was popping a pill. It looked like they was doing drugs. And now I don't know if they was or they wasn't. I wasn't there. But looking at the video, it looked like they was doing drugs. And if you sitting there, you an artist, and you knowingly got somebody underage in your studio doing drugs that you're supplying, then you setting yourself up. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you better get rid of it.
30 years later, they got Bill.
Yeah.
So they gonna get him a day later.
And it seemed like they were live streaming to me. So, you know what I'm saying? Because she was like, who said that? And looked like she was trying to look at the screen like they were live streaming. Somebody on the joint said she's 17. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it seemed like to me what was going on. So, all that stuff will come back and play back for you. You find out, she's 17 and you done live streamed and all this and y'all doing drugs or whatever the case may be. Yeah, you setting yourself up for the Bill Cosby. Because she'll be like, I didn't know what was going on or whatever. He promised me this or he promised me that. That narrative can be changed quickly, especially if somebody wants your downfall.
I say these little girls, they ain't got nothing to offer anyway. Some of them got talent and they probably can sing, but you see how Cassie and them turned out. It still came with certain things. And I just was saying that I never really see like Nicki Minaj or, any of these Sexy Reds and them in they studio session. I don't see 15-year-old boys in it that they possibly trying to hook up with because he look a little older, or 16-year-old boys. I only see it mostly with the men artists. They always got an underage girl. Like you said, if a dude got money, but that kid still gotta have money. And if he got money, he not gonna be in there trying to be a groupie. He gonna have his own rap session going, and he might have them young girls in there with him. It might just be a different men and women. It just still dawned on me that like they not sneaking in these clubs. I mean, when you have to have fake ID and things like that, but now they just letting them in, and I'm just like, I can't blame too much on the kid for trying to be grown because they got influence to do these things, but for the adults who are allowing them in, allowing them to get in here and do these things, just like they just go unlooked. It just always seems like kids be like, yeah, I got in there. Nah, I know somebody, my man. Yeah, he cool. And it's just like, damn, what's up with the adults? It's like, why do we do that to kids? Why we allow them to try to be grown in what they are? And I think they got a lot to do with maturity. We got a lot of grown kids out here, meaning that they up the age, but they still maturity wise, they still think young. That's just my opinion on why I think some of these things still be happening.
I mean, the biggest thing, and like I said, when I was young in these groups, I had money. So that was the thing that got me in, really, more than anything, because I wasn't allowed into those strip clubs if you ain't had money. You ain't had money, they ain't allowing you in. They don't care if you're 35. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But if you 15, you look the joint in Alabama, the regular charge is 20, and the bouncer used to say, he'll look right at me and be like, oh, nah, it's 40 for you. You know what I'm saying? I paid a 40, and I'm in. It's simple. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's all about the money. So even if you're a 15-year-old young man, if you got the money, you can get in places you ain't supposed to be. It's that simple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's probably back in the day. Now with all these scandals and everything like that, I think that's why Finesse Two Time was just like, hey, you're not setting me up, like, you know what I mean? But that's why he got
Oh
up.
yeah, for him I get that, but I'm
Yeah.
just talking about on the reverse, the male part. Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
get it. If you got money, you can get in anywhere. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? You can get in anywhere if you got the money to be in there.
Yeah, they definitely. And them bouncers gotta do better, man. I know they might be hurting. We got in here. What up? What up, Kool-Aid? What up, Uncle E?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey, you back, man. We was talking about Finesse 2 times, man. We probably gotta
What's up?
move
What's
on
up?
from there, though. I was trying to get you in on the topic early. You was in here with me early, man. You all right? I thought something happened. I was about to call you
Nah,
and
they
check up.
they they, they got my son washbacks.
Oh man, okay.
So yes, somebody what you call 'em, these kids, they do dumb shit and then they post what they do. So
Yeah, so we speaking on some of these kids out here doing dumb shit, but I'm just like, some of the kids, should we blame them or should we blame some of the adults? Like B said, some
we
of these. Go ahead, you
I'm
better
I'm
finish
I'm blaming the
talking.
adults.
Go
I'm blaming the
ahead.
adults because I'm an adult myself. I'm blaming the adults. And it's crazy that I was just talking to the school press was one of the school coordinators, and they want me to come down there and talk to the school because I'm saying like if you have a mother or a father that's out here in the streets or that's working 24 hours a day, when she come home and she had a bad day, whoever in that house, the father, the kids, they gonna feel that wrath. The father can get it the fuck up and roll the fuck out. The kids can't. So the kids got to sit there and listen to all that verbal abuse, all the threats, like all the insults, and they got to hold that in. And when they go to school the next day, they still got that energy, and that energy promotes them to do dumb shit. They get attention from the school because they don't get it at home. They get negative attention at home. You know what I'm saying, but it's all about you trying to give this child positive attention. And that's all it's about with them. I think, like I said, I blame the parents.
Yeah, you said the parents. I was saying adults, period, but not literally the parents. But yeah, because you got some good parents out, you got some bad kids. So I think it
Yeah.
depends on the person's situation. What up, Kool-Aid? You can get in here and let us know how you feeling. What your thoughts on what Unc just said?
Oh, can I say one more thing?
10 more things.
No, I said one more thing.
Go ahead.
I respect every mother for what she does as far as raising her child, but nourishment turns into enablement, which means you start to nourish your child, even though you're nourishing your child, even though your child's out here doing wrong shit. You're not passing that information as to, look, do this and don't do that. That's it.
Okay. Your mama, Kool-Aid. What's your thoughts on what Unc talking about?
Well, I agree, and I have a different opinion because a lot of people that I know, like family wise, they say the same thing, like what he's saying, or it starts with the parents, or a lot of people in my community, oh, the parents, or the adults. But you got to understand, sometimes the parents do everything they can for the children and raise them the way they want them to be in a good way, and it's up to the kids to have a choice to do right from wrong. Because I was one of those children myself, and I have one of those children. I was told I'm too good of a mom. Like I'm to the point where I'm too good of a mom that the kids just, don't appreciate the things that I do and actually just act out on, me being too good of a mom. So some parents do have a role in it. Some parents, smoke, drink, and don't care about their children, don't care what they do. Some parents smoke with their children, drink with their children. Some, parents allow their children to run the streets and don't have curfews. Like, far as me, I have a 15-year-old, 14-year-old. I said, hey, your curfew's 10, 11. They sometimes don't come until when they want to. Then they end up with house arrest and jail. But that was their choice. I gave them a choice to come in. I didn't just say, hey, come in when you want, or, some parents do that. So I do believe that sometimes parents can be abusive to the children or not be attentive to the children or love the children, give the children enough love, and they go out in the street and get love that way. And then you have some parents or some adults that do give love and try to be a strict parent, and it backfires. So either way, we're all right and wrong, but I feel that it's sometimes the kids' mentality that makes them do bad things. I don't always want to blame it on the adults.
Yeah, it's got some bad kids out here, and y'all both made some good points. That's why I say it depends on the person situation, because you got some great parents out here, and they kids still just choose to do wrong. But then you got some bad kids out here. Some bad parents out here, and they like great somehow. You be like, damn, they kid is smart. You can see that they kid taking on the adult responsibility. Then you got some bad parents with just some bad kids that just don't work out. That just ain't going back.
Or fatherless kids. Fatherless parents. Because my kids don't have fathers, so and they want their father, and they act out with that. So it just depends. And then sometimes they have the fathers, and the fathers aren't being father figures. So it's it just depends. But this generation is doomed with children. You can forget it.
That is not true.
That's not true.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, Beast? I'm gonna pass it around. Beast, I want to know what your thoughts on what them two just said.
I believe in whatever you don't give your kids, they're gonna find. So if your kids don't have a active father in their household, then they're gonna find an active father in the streets. If whatever you're not giving your kids, if you're giving your kids too much discipline and not enough responsibility, they're going to find it somewhere else. Anything that you're not giving your kid, they're going to find. So you have to be responsible enough to see what it is that your kids need at that time and at that moment. And it's about being active, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not disagreeing or agreeing with anything that, but this generation is not doomed. There is a lot. I am disagreeing with that because there's a lot of kids out here doing great things. There's a lot of this next generation is going to be the generation to accomplish the things that we were not able to accomplish because because we are setting them up for a lot of these kids. We're setting them up to see the light that we were never shown. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is out here at this point that you can become your own person. You can become a millionaire. You can make money at home. You can make money doing whatever it is that you love. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different opportunities that these kids have nowadays. But as far as love, discipline, things like that, the kids are going to find what you don't give them. So you have to make sure that you are aware of what your kid is looking for and seeking so that you can be the person that they come to, opposed to them going to the streets, because they're going to find it no matter what. And a lot of parents feel like, oh, I want to protect you from all the things that I have learned. Well, sometimes you got to let them experience it for yourselves. And sometimes you get that over parenting where they're there and I just want to protect you. I want to protect you. I want to protect you. I want to protect you. Well, the problem with that is that they're still going to find whatever it is that they're searching for. So you can't protect them from everything. You know what I'm saying? You have to let them experience it. You have to watch them. You have to watch them fall, and just be there to help them back up. Because the thing about life is, we're all going to fall in life. Nobody here is going to have a perfect, straight, narrow. It's about really being there to help them get back up. Because the thing is, when your child does fall, you don't want them to stay down. That's the thing that will destroy them. So it's just about being there and being active in your child's life, to be there when those times that they do fall, that you are there and to help them get back up. Because if you don't help them, somebody else will.
Somebody else to step in and do the job. Funny man, what's your thoughts on it? You're 5 over there.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree mainly with Beast, and no, I don't think that you know what I mean the children are doomed. You know what I mean. My sons and everything. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know, my son, in my opinion, is one of the best. One of the best husbands, dad, uh, best peoples or whatever like that. You know what I mean? Like, and that's because you know what I mean. And you know me and his mom, you know, I mean, wasn't together most of his life or whatever. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. We still installed, you know what I mean, being being a good human being. You know what I'm saying? And my you know what I mean, and my other son, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, he lost his mom, you know what I mean. His mom died 2 days before Christmas and everything or whatever. And I mean, he's still, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, a good person or whatever. I mean, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I just took my pill.
Yeah, you made some good points, man. You made some good points, and it seemed like you played a good role in that. You know, they got a lot of your, you know, character. You know, they good kids. You know, you could have easy. It always usually be that one that give you a little problem, but it seemed like you turned out to be good, funny man. They turned out to be good men, good husbands, good fathers. So you know, I
Yeah.
want to know. Go back to Unc. You know, like what is some of the things that you know about y'all kids? Yeah, I'm talking about your own kids. So we ain't gotta have it plural like this all kids, this all people. Talk about your own, you know, what's some of the good
Right.
things you think you installed in your kids on just a few, and some of the things you think that they might be weak at that you know that you can work on.
I, I conversate with my kids.
There you
Um,
go. There you go.
I ask them on a daily what's on their mind. You know, I'm one of them fathers. I check my kids.
Yeah.
Never like, you know, sometimes, you know, I trying to be funny, but I be acting like a goddamn animal. I will go through my son hair, my daughter hair. I will look at their teeth, their underarms, spit on. Yeah, I'm one of them fathers. Yeah, I'm one of them
Yep.
fathers. But at the same time, I don't. I talk to my kids. I might yell at them, but I let them know why I'm yelling. You know what I'm saying? And the majority of the time, I'm only yelling at them because we going back and forth in the goddamn conversation. No, there is no back and forth in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? This is what I say and you listen. That's how that goes. You know what I'm saying? And I instill responsibility. And I thank both my baby mothers for that because they both instill responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, my kids have chores. Uh school is like number one. School is number one. Um and the number one thing I always do is I do different activities with my kids. Like put the phone up, man. Let's sit back and watch a movie. Come on, let's play some Monopoly. I'm like, you know, I'm into interaction. You gotta interact with your kids in order for you to know what's going on with your kids. Because some people got kids and don't even know them. I'm trying to learn who my kids is. I want my children to be able to come talk to me about anything, and that's what I instill in them.
I like that. That was a lot. You know, what about you, Kool-Aid? What's some things you know you instill in your kids? Some good things and some things they might be weak at, but you know you can work on.
All right. I first wanted to say I'm sorry about the kids being doomed. All right. I'm sorry.
You
Okay.
good. I'm never
Nah,
talking.
I guess it's
We
just what
good.
I be seeing where
Your
I'm from. So I
environment is what
apologize.
you see. It's what
But
you see.
I see in my children leadership. I install good manners with some of my children. The other children there's one that just is defiant and don't listen and don't care, but in some ways they can be mannerable. And I like to talk to my kids as well. I teach them how to be like mature in certain situations, like to walk away. Like I teach my daughter, she's 6. Like if somebody's messing with her, I tell her to go tell the teacher instead of like when I had another 6-year-old, which is 29, I used to tell her fight, so I try to teach the new children that I'm having to turn the other cheek, to tell instead of fighting, things like that. We play games too. The phone is the biggest thing because ever since the social media and things came into play with this generation, they more or less always want to be on their phone and games. So I make sure that I get time with them and we go places and do things. And I just install love. I always give them hugs, kisses, tell them I love them. They tell me they love me. And I just try to install greatness in them. Like I said, leadership, greatness, and love.
Like that. Bees. I know you done steal some stuff. We might need an hour, boys. Just some of the things you instill in your kids, man. That's some good things. Some things you might think they weak at that you working on.
Yeah, all my kids are different, so it's definitely different things that I had to focus on for each one. Like I said, my daughter's in college. She's in her first year of college. She's now become, she's now in that stage with relationships and things like that. And I even brought it up yesterday. Not yesterday, but last time I was on the show that, she came to me about, she's now in a relationship. She's now becoming sexually active. And sex was always an open conversation in my house. I never wanted it to be taboo. I never wanted it to be something that they could not come to me and talk about. So, it definitely is worth it because I feel like when it comes to a young lady, it's a different set of rules. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a responsibility for yourself that the male does not, unfortunately. And it's not fair, but it's reality. You know what I'm saying? That when you have sex, it's a different set of rules. So but just to go into all my kids, it's just about being able to create a place where they know they can come to me, because I know that they're going to make mistakes. I know that they're going to go out there and do things that do things. You know what I'm saying? Like none of us have been perfect. None of us were great children like we were awesome and did everything perfect. We're all going to make mistakes. The biggest thing for me was that I just wanted them to know that they could come back to me. You know what I'm saying? That there would be no judgment. Like there would be no witchcraft. Now I never said there wouldn't be a not a response, but a punishment, but there'd be no judgment. You know what I'm saying? But there's punishment no matter what. I'd rather you get it from me than to get it from the world. You know what I'm saying? Because the world isn't going to punish you in love. The world isn't going to do these things and care about how you're going to come out at the end. If you're with me, at least that I want more for you than just whatever the world is going to tell you to do. So that's just in a nutshell the best way to sum a lot of it up. I'm excited. My oldest son he got engaged on Valentine's Day. My daughter talked to me about this, and I got a young son who's we're getting ready to move just because I want to have better opportunity. Not just because of that. I do have other opportunities there where we're going, but really because I want him to have better opportunities for what he's talented in. He plays the violin. He's now playing the guitar. He's never not been on honor roll, and he's a great athlete. You know what I'm saying? So I want to put him in a position where he's going to be able to, take all those things and grow from them. So, it's definitely you just got to be aware. And like y'all said, like all of y'all I think said, it's about just being active. being active in their life. You know what I'm saying? And know what's going on. Because if you know what's going on, you're usually able to cut off a lot of the problems. And two, if a problem does come up, you're usually able to help them stand back up from that problem. So that's how I feel.
I like that. What up, Chow? What up, Cal? Riri in the building. Chow said, I tell my kids to be the best version of themselves daily and don't let anyone tell them they can't do something that will make them a better person. I respect that. And Cal talking about we lost him because he ain't got no kids. But what type of kid was you? What type of man did you turn out to be? You know, that's what I want to hear from you. Funny man. We moving on to
Yeah.
you, brother. What type of good things you think you instill in your kids?
I think the thing I instilled in my kids is patience and peace. Because you know what I mean, and to basically to let them know that you know what I mean, everything's not gonna go your way. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and pout and complain and different things like that. You know what I mean? You either have to find another solution or you know what I mean, just you know what I mean, just suck it up or whatever. My son's name, actually, ironically, my son's name is Solomon, which in Hebrew means peace. So yeah, that's my answer.
You know, I give you time, brother. I ain't gonna cut you off. We're gonna welcome our boy into the show.
Somebody stepping in. Phil, what's up,
Yeah.
Phil?
What up, family? What's popping? What y'all up to?
Nothing, man. Having a great show. I don't know if you missed most of it, or the topic or not. We was talking about some of the good things we instill in our kids.
I know all the parents is giving some real good takes. I love what everybody's saying. I can't really talk
Right.
but I love what everybody's saying.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna just play a clip, and you can just add on with us after that, Phil.
All right.
I ain't gonna fill you in too much. Give our opinion on this young lady right here.
I was younger, I hated the fact that I had happily married parents. Like I used to pray for them to get divorced. They didn't argue all the time and like that. I just felt left out because everybody in my school had a single mom. And I was just like, why do my mom gotta be happily married? Like, why is it me? Why am I cursed with a 2-parent household? I was also really mad that I lived in a home. Like I really wanted to live in apartments because I just thought that it just looks so cool. Like all your friends live in the same building. Y'all all ride the bus. I genuinely wanted to be from the projects and I wanted a single mom. When I was younger, I hated the fact that I had happily.
Stop it right there. We coming
Damn,
to
that's
you,
tough.
man. We coming to you. She was mad.
Hold on. I want to say something real quick. Remember
go
when I
ahead,
made
you-
that statement that
Them your
no matter what you don't give your kids, they're going to look for it? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Because it's crazy that we look at that and we think about that. But yeah, it's crazy that your kids will do that. You can give them happiness and they will look for sadness. They will look for it. Yeah, because they don't understand. They're like, well, you know, because, and that's crazy, you know, that she said that. But I've heard that my daughter said something similar to that to me too. You know what I'm saying? Not exactly what she said, but even some facts. And I've heard. I heard a girl one time, and I think I know she was saying it jokingly, but she was like low key. It was for real. She was like, I didn't understand why my stepdad didn't harass me. She was like, well, do I not look pretty enough? I was like, are you serious? She was like, yeah. I was like, that's crazy that you, but she had her stepdad was awesome. And she was like, but all her other friends' stepdads were creeps. And she was like, am I not pretty enough that my stepdad isn't creepy with me? And that is crazy in hindsight. But yeah, this goes back to your kids will look for anything, even if it's negative. they will look for. I had a great home, but guess what? I look for strip clubs, chaos, the streets. You know what I'm saying? They will look for what you're not giving them, and you have to pay attention to that. So anyway, sorry.
That was big. I was definitely gonna say you from lag, 'cause I know your kids over there, but that was good take. You started it all. I'm gonna go to Kool-Aid next. We can hear from a lady. You hear this young lady saying that she was raised in a two-parent household, and things was good, but she wanted what her friends had that was from the project. She wanted to be from there. What's your thoughts on after hearing that? B said he heard it before.
Well, I have not heard that before. That's something new to me, and excuse me, it sounds like the young lady wanted to look for some kind of like dangerous type of life that, you know what I mean, because was so peaceful in her life, and it didn't make her feel like that's the life she wanted. She wanted the life that her friends wanted. Now I can relate to that because it was the opposite. I lived in the projects in the ghetto. I didn't have a two-parent household, but I wanted to get out of that. So I moved with my grandmother to the suburbs, nice place with like my grandma was married to a man and things like that. So it's different. I don't agree with her with that, but I can understand that maybe where she lived, it just wasn't for her. You know what I mean? Everybody doesn't want to have two parents and live in a nice royal neighborhood. If they're seeing their friends smoking weed or drinking and having fun, maybe they want to do what their friends are doing, which is not cool. But some children and teens want to be like their friends or, fit in, or that's where peer pressure comes in. But I think she's out of her mind because I think, that's a good thing to have two parents that love you and everything's going well. But you never know that the girl might be actually getting abused in there and not saying things like that, to people. She might be holding that in. Something else must be going on for her to act like that. I could just tell by how she looks while she's saying that video. Something else is going on that she's not telling. In my opinion.
No, they say it's a look that she giving. What's your thoughts on this? And I know for men, I done seen this a lot. I just never seen a female say something like this. Like we had boys from like Maryland, from VA that lived in big homes, nice, but they love to come around the hood and they wanted to be from the hood, so I seen it. Who that saying something? Phil, you saying something?
I've seen that too.
You want to speak on it?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and speak on it. But I know what you said, Mark. I used to see that all the time and shit. But man, your kids would do. You go left, and a lot of times they go right. Like, I did everything for my son to try to give him the life I didn't have. He turned out okay. But I'm going to go back to some of the shit we went through when he was in college. My son wrote me a letter talking about he not happy. Man, I looked at his ass and said, wait a minute, you not happy? Man, I'm sitting here breaking my back for you and you not happy? Shit, I ain't been happy since you was born. Hell, I could have left your mother a long time ago. What the hell you talking about you ain't happy? Man, but at the end of the day, your kids are gonna be your kids, and it ain't gonna always be what you expected it, but they're gonna throw you curveballs. And I understand. And like you said, man, when we was growing up, there was always the kids. Well, not kids, but they come around and they hang out with us, and then every once in a while they take us to their house, and you be like, damn, you living like this? Why the hell you coming there hanging out with us on the strip? Man, I would kill to be over here. Man, I don't know though, but yeah, that's kind of the way that is.
Crazy world.
Somebody stepping in, welcome in, whoever's coming.
Yeah, they gonna step in. I'm about to say they didn't pop out. Okay, they back for that. What up, Ree?
Hey, all right
What
now.
up,
You heard what y'all was saying, and me and Weezy had something to say about that. Go ahead, Weezy. Oh, what I was saying about what Kool-Aid was talking about. Sometimes they just don't want the two-parent household. A lot of the times it's not that they don't want it; it's the fact that they don't like the fact that the parents get together and they agree and they get on that ass. Okay, when you got one parent going against the other, they can play the parents against each other. Y'all know how kids are. We were kids. We tried to be sick all the time. We didn't want nobody to tell us shit. And at the end of the day, who the hell don't want their parents in the house? Yeah, they might get on your nerves, but that's their job. One parent in the house gonna get on your nerves, and they're gonna be even worse because you're gonna have more responsibility because that you gotta take up the other responsibility that parent ain't there to do. So you rather be in a house with a single parent where you gotta be responsible just like that mother or just like that father because there are single fathers out here. So you gotta get up and go cook. You got to get your ass up and make sure your siblings get up. You got to make sure they eat. You got to make sure they get to school. You want that shit, or do you want to be able to lay in your room until it's time for you to get up and go out that door like my kids, even though I'm divorced? My kids don't got to do shit other than what I tell them. They can get their ass up and go to school and not have to worry about doing nothing. Why? Because I'm their mother. They're not my mother. They're not my spouse. They're not my nigga. They're my child. Therefore, I treat them like a child. But a lot of single parents don't get to do that because they don't have the opportunity to make sure, because they got to leave out at 5 in the morning to be at work by 7 or 6:30. So that older child got to get up, get their kids ready, feed them, get them out the door, take them to school, then go to school, then come home, get dinner straight, do homework. These kids, and it's a lot of kids that's like that, but it don't make sense to me. So I don't want to hear that excuse that maybe they don't want 2 parents. No, they don't know what the fuck they want. They stupid as shit. Don't no child know what they wanted. We barely knew what we wanted until now. So I don't give that excuse. Ain't no excuse if they don't want. Who don't want their parents? And then what they don't tell you is when you have single parents, they always want their parent to get back with the other parent. It's always a two-sided coin. It's never just one way. We got they want to go to bed.
Hey, gone. Oh, bad. She was all fat. Damn, Weezy, we lost you. But I like that you liked the video. Weezy basically disagreed with what old girl was saying completely. She's saying because if the father not there, then a lot of the weight fall on the oldest child, and she was that child. So I know how she feel about that. She probably experienced that. Trey, you with us? You want to speak on this before you get back to work?
I heard y'all was saying something about the girl was saying something about wishing that she had a single parent and all that stuff. It seemed like what's up, AQ? It seemed like I don't know what the fuck that is personally, because I ain't wish for shit that I ain't have. My mind space wasn't what my house looked like or nothing like that. I know when I had people come over, they might tell me that, where we live looks decent or whatever, which made me more appreciative of where I was, because I don't care where nobody live at. But when I went over to my friend's house, I realized you can have some of the same things that y'all like paid attention to. So like cable or certain things, not everybody, but certain things that I just wasn't paying attention to. I say it made me more grateful, but I didn't wish for shit personally. I mean, I wish that my parents at that young age could come be on one accord so they can like make sense of parenthood instead of that little bickering that younger parents might do. But I mean, I didn't wish for nobody else's nothing. The house I grew up in and everything, and the apartments or whatever we was in. I don't know. I don't know. I'm happy as long as ain't nobody, cussing and doing too much. But I never wished for nobody's anything. I know Phoenix said something about kids didn't know what they wanted or whatever. Yeah, I did. It was family structure. It was for y'all to be a little bit more mature and handle the shit that came before me. Because the shit that I seen floating around energy wise was stuff that I had no control over, didn't know nothing about, and came before my time. But yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Hey, Weezy back with us. I ain't see you pop back in here, Weezy. You gonna have to unmute your mic if you want to finish. You can finish speaking on it.
Oh yeah, no. Stream y'all hating on the recent song because I was going on. But you know what's crazy? The thing is, you. What I'm saying is, you want a family structure. That's not what I'm talking about, because of course we all desire some form of structure. We just don't know how to word it. What I'm saying, I'm going off this video. How you mad because you got 2 parents? But the thing is, when you have parents that work together, who got each other's back no matter what, who gonna make sure what your mama said, what your daddy said, we gonna confirm it, because you ain't playing with me. You don't want that. You want something that they be slick with, that you can play. Let me tell you something. I had 5 children. Y'all know this. 2 adult children. Well, one just turned 18. She ain't grown. But anyway, 2 older children, and the rest of them 16 and down, right? I got divorced. My ex-husband and I was divorced in 2019. But 2 years before that, we were going through separation, and it was craziness. They used that separation to their advantage, okay? Because daddy trying to make sure that they on his side. I wasn't trying to get nobody on my side. I was just trying to take care of the kids. So mommy went out. Oh, mommy, she in the house. She talking on the phone to somebody. Oh, he was getting all the juice. But they took advantage of that because they was giving him information, and he was giving them what they wanted. Guess what happened to Louisa? Next got y'all. Because who the hell you think you playing with? You ain't about to play these games. But see, they didn't realize they was just trying to get something out of it. He knew what he was doing, and I had to teach them, and I had to talk to him and come to him. But if we were on the united front from the get-go, regardless if we were separated or not, they wouldn't have been able to play with us. Children will do what you allow them to do. Adults will do what you will allow them to do. But at the end of the day, it's our responsibility, like Trey was talking about, this having structure. It's our responsibility to structureize the home, regardless if it's a 1-parent or a 2-parent home. At the end of the day, like I said, kids don't know what the fuck they want. All they know is they want what they want, and if you don't give it to them, you're a bad parent. Now I want a 2-parent household. I want to go over there with grandma because she let me have my way. Girl, take your ass over there, and don't come back either. Take the belt. Take your ass over there. And when grandma get on your nerves to see you cook and snap them beans and peas, don't come back over here.
Well, Louisa, if your kids want a stepdaddy, I got you.
He playing both, bros. Stepdaddy, hubby. Hey, Weezy on fire, though. I like what you say, Weezy. All right, Cal. I seen we had a couple of comments. What up, AQ? Chow said he had a friend like that, always asking what it's like to live in the
But I can't hear.
PJs. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm used to it with the males, like we done had plenty of friends that was from nice areas that wanted to be from our area, wanted to come around a lot. A lot of them didn't have brothers, a lot of them was feel like they can relate more to the hood than where they was actually living at, or they heard stories about their father or their uncle, or their family grew up from that side, so they want to feel like they part of where they came from. It's a lot to go with it. What's your thoughts on it, though? We ain't hear from you after hearing that young lady saying she wanted to be like her friends from the project. She wanted her mother to be single, like her friend's mom. She ain't like that her mother and father was actually in a relationship together.
Okay, I'll say this right. As to the video, that we, like I said, you have to try and you gotta try and envision what that little girl might be going through now. Like you said, it might be some physical abuse, it might be mental abuse, verbal abuse. Like it's a lot of reasons why a child would say that, because that's not something regularly a child would say. It's not something regular that a child would say, "Oh, I wish I only had one parent." No, that's not something a child would say. The average child loves both of their parents. It ain't no they love them one more than the other. No, they just know they can have their way with one more than the other. Like it's like we said, if you have the mother and father, whether y'all are living in the same household or not, if y'all are instilling traits into this child, the child is not going to go anywhere. But the child, like when I was growing up, everybody from Maryland that came to DC was looking for an image. Like that's what's going on. These kids is doing shit for an image. We thinking like we looking at shit all the wrong way. It's not this, they just doing it for the image. They don't know the repercussions behind a lot of things they do, but they're doing it for image. That's why the internet is so messed up for kids, because it's all about following suit and trying to get clout in the image.
Clout in the image. What up, Destiny? Destiny just popped in here. She said humans want to experience something you haven't, especially if someone speaks up about how nice whatever it is. That makes sense too. Something new to a kid they might do want to experience. That's why I agree somewhat with Weezy said. Kids really don't know what they want because they still learning what they want. You know, you
Right.
still quite don't know. AQ said, cause number one, as a parent and me being the main parent, I have structure in my household. I'm not going to tell my niece no, she can't come in my house at 2 a.m. and my brother agree. And then the mother who was a fucking clucker come around and agree with my niece doing opposite. That's the worst when somebody else come in and you trying to discipline a kid and they start to do the opposite. But we got a special guest, y'all. We gotta get him using when he pop in here. We gonna get his point of view on this subject before we move on to the last one, because the last one might get spicy.
With the sun in a steaming cup, tune into the show where
Who
the
y'all
vibes
think it
heat
is?
up. The morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow.
Honcho.
Started
Reverend
right,
Clark.
let your
Even
energy
pop up. I
flow.
already
Harvey.
know.
High takes
Steve
rising
Harvey.
like the morning dew.
Oh,
Fresh
Bow.
ideas
What's
and a laugh
good?
that's
Hey,
from the
Bow got
first.
jokes. What's up, Slim?
You
Hey,
got
look,
Yeah.
Shout in the house. What
I
up,
had to
Shout?
pop in. I had to pop in for this one because it's too much to type, and I'm driving right now. But I'm off
What's
work
your
though. I ain't
thought?
in the truck, so I ain't risking nobody's life. But look, the whole thing about it was right for me. Like I'm from a famous projects in Queens. Like Baisley Projects is famous because of the Supreme team. Like the same dude that 50 had beef with Supreme was
Right.
based in my project. So that's why a lot of kids that didn't live in the projects, they wanted to be from my projects because it was always something going on. You know what I'm saying? Or they would be out there with all them fancy ass cars. You know what I mean? Supreme, Just, Prince, who just came home. You know what I'm saying? Like them dudes would be out there with Mercedes Benzes lined up, and we always would go to school talking about how they would be giving us money. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes would pull up with a trash bag full of ones and just be giving us mad $1 bills. You know what I mean? We to the point where we would be able to go in the house and get shoes and come home and be like, yo, where the hell y'all get these sneakers from? And it's like, yo, Premium gave us money. You know what I'm saying? Until the point, they didn't understand, like our parents didn't like the situation that they had us living in, but they didn't have no choice because they were single mothers or single grandmothers that ended up having the kids. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of boys and girls from my middle school and elementary school wanted to be from the projects because we didn't understand as kids. We was glorifying something that wasn't good. You know what I mean? Like, that's why we all grew up selling drugs at a young age, because we thought that was the thing to do. You know what I mean? We thought that if you was going to be successful in life, you had to take this pack. You had to take this $150 pack and give back $100 and keep 50, not realizing you got to move 1,000 of them motherfuckers to get the kind of money that them niggas had. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was you was pretty much a slave to the game. You know what I mean? Because you thinking shit. I remember when we were selling 2 for $5s, it was $125 pack. You kept the 25 and you gave them back the 100. You know how many of them shit you had to move to make $1,000? But back then the projects was making so much money that it didn't matter, and the kids saw that. Like I was going to middle school with a book bag full of crack and leaving at lunchtime so that I could go meet my quota. I ain't have no books in my book bag. I was paying kids to do my homework for me. So they thought that shit was cool. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, now that I'm a grown man, and a lot of those guys that I grew up idolizing are either dead or in jail for the rest of their life. And some of the ones that, changed their lives a little bit and they living as what they would have called squares back then, they working the job, and they like, yo, man, I wish I would have told y'all this sooner. Like, even Preem, you know what I'm saying? Like, right now, Preem write all kind of books, and if you do get a chance to speak to him or whatever, he trying to tell you something positive. And we wasn't paying attention to how positive he was trying to be with fucking with Irv Gotti and them, trying to switch to the music and all of the things that he was doing, trying to change his life. But then he got the beefing with 50 and things went bad.
50 done did it again.
That's what I'm saying. Like I seen 50 at a young age when he had the Benz and the time that he ran from the police because they thought that he was the guy that killed these girls in this little part of Queens called Bricktown. And him and the guy that did kill the girls had the same motorcycle at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen all of that. You know what I mean? I seen when the guy from my projects named Troy Casey took Ja Rule's chain, and he took Ja Rule as a bitch. He took Ja Rule's chain. he took Ja Rule's chain, and Troy Casey had a broke arm and a broke leg, and took that man's chain. Like, how the hell you let a nigga with a broke arm and a broke leg rob you for your chain with no gun? You a bitch.
Hold on. Hey, Vinny Vidi Vici was a great album, man. Don't talk about Gerald Ja Rule like that.
His music might be great, but I know in my heart he ain't want no problem with Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder on that plane.
What up? What
So
up?
he ain't want that smoke.
He ain't want that
What's up,
smoke.
show, bro?
What's up, y'all?
But
What's
you
up,
know,
big dog?
that's just
Telling us his stories when he was a
my
gangster.
thing, because like so many kids that live outside of my projects wanted to be from the projects, and the crazy part of that is the neighborhood where 50 is from. It's a big housing community out there called Rochdale Village, and that was like the suburbs to us. We used to go through there and terrorize that shit. But a lot of people from my projects now, that's where they live. They got themselves together to move out of the projects to live in Rochdale. You know what I mean? I give some of my homeboys that live in Rochdale hell right now. Like, nigga, you remember how many times we used to go through there fucking them niggas up just because they was bitches? But now y'all live there.
I hope enough time has gone by, because you named a lot of people in a lot of places. You know what I'm saying? I hope enough time that charges can't be brought up. You know what I'm saying? You know,
The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
How about you? I don't know.
Like I said,
Hold on, Chowbot. I don't know if you know this, but admitting you had a backpack full of crack going to school is not okay, bro. You might want to change that next time, but just a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't say what school. He didn't say what school though.
I forgot to say allegedly, Rodney. I forgot to say allegedly.
Allegedly. There you go. You gotta leave the door open. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, I forgot the allegedly part.
Hey, my man giving names.
You can't forget the allegedly.
Names, numbers. Yeah, on the 23rd of December, 1996, I had about 2.5 ounces of crack walking up. Like, come on, bro.
Supreme gave it to me.
Yeah, Supreme gave it to me.
I knew that nigga on that motorcycle. Shit.
It wasn't even 50. It wasn't
even 50. It was that other nigga on the same motorcycle. His license plate was 6378.
It was green.
I said all of that just to say, like, as an adult now, like, I kind of understand why those kids wanted to be from where we was from, but they didn't know. Like, once I became a teenager, I was striving to get out of the project. That's why once I got a certain age, I just moved to Virginia, like, because I knew I could. I had my first son when I was 16, and that's when I realized, like, I got to give him something different than what I grew up in. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all niggas was gangsters. Well, we need to hear from Trippy, and I need to hear from Destiny. You know, I ain't hear from them two yet. So, Trippy, I don't know if you missed the clip, or when that was a young lady saying that she wished she grew up in the projects. Like some of her friends, she ain't like that. She grew up in a 2-parent household. I don't know what your upbringing was, but how did you feel about, you know, hearing her thoughts on wishing she was with a single mom?
I missed that, but just catching off what Chowbout just said and stuff. I just grew up with my dad, and I grew up in a Spanish neighborhood, and we didn't have like projects where I'm from Rochester, New York. But like, you know, it's a hood though. It's a ghetto, like, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I had a good life. Whoa.
Yeah, somebody riding off the road. Chop, you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
I had a pretty good life. I put myself in situations to like be somebody I wasn't. I did 10 years in prison for an attempted murder charge, and you know, jumping out the window trying to be somebody I wasn't. I lost all that time of my life trying to be somebody I wasn't, because I wanted to be down so bad, you know, when I didn't have to choose that path. My parents, well, my mom wasn't in my life, but until like the past 5 years, she's in my life now, which is cool, but, and my dad passed away, but I, you know, like my sisters and everybody that was around try to show me the right path and the right way, but I chose to run down the wrong path, selling drugs, jumping out the window, because I was like the white boy in the hood, and I wanted to show how down I was and stuff, and mess my whole damn life up. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, you're gonna bounce back, brother. And I appreciate your honesty, because you got a lot of kids that blame their parents. You clearly said you had a good father, you had good siblings. They was telling you not to do it. You chose to do it. You knew what you was doing wrong. You paid for it. You learned from it. What about you, Destiny? What's your thoughts? I know you probably seen the clip or a little bit of what they said. What you got to add to it?
No, I missed the clip, but I heard what a lot of individuals said. It didn't really click at first that was the basis to the clip. And like I said in the comments, it's human to want something you don't have. In a situation like this, it's more like what are you idolizing? If you idolize individuals, that in order for them to get to that state of mind, they needed to go through their own unique traumas, and I cannot, you know, understand the desire to go through the amount of traumas that leads to an individual leading some kind of negative life. But initially I thought we were talking about like what leads us to want that kind of stuff, and I do think it comes down to who we idolize. I put in the comments, have y'all heard of Danny Trejo's story? He was he was he was a youngin', and his uncle was the murderer, gang person, and that was the person he idolized. So he wanted to be like the person who he wanted to be. And so if you're idolizing individuals that lead negative lifestyles, or that lead, you know, you know, I mention all the time, the music you listen to is very important. If you're listening to shit that says all day, every day that you need to be a murderer and a gangbanger and all this other stuff, then you're going to grow up to want to do that.
100%.
Because you've heard it your whole life.
Yeah,
definitely plays a big part.
Like, hey, Q says she got some folks from down there where you stay at too. Hey, Q, y'all everywhere, baby. Yeah. Anybody want to add something on to that before we move to the next topic?
Flowerdale Circle.
I forgot what we was talking about.
That's called getting old.
I just wanted to say something really quick. What Trippy was saying, I appreciate your honesty about saying you wanted to be someone you weren't. I have a child like that, and that just hits me, because it doesn't matter what race you are or who you are or what hood you grew up in. And he actually grew up in a nice neighborhood, and we moved to the projects. And from us living in a nice neighborhood and where it was more white people than blacks, we moved into the hood. He wanted to be somebody, you know, that he wasn't, because he was like, he dressed up in suits. He was 6 years old, 7 years old. We used to call him Little Professor. He wanted to be the president of the United States. He was really a good kid, and it's just upsetting that people bullied him, you know, and he just switched. He switched it to Jason. You know what I'm saying? So
he wants to fit in.
And he fit in all right.
Yes.
But it's just that it's really something to hear someone admit that. He's not admitting that. You know what I mean? And I feel that certain situations that got my son in trouble is to try to fit in. He actually one time said that he did something that he didn't do, which was the craziest shit I ever heard.
I've been there too.
Like, why would you do that? Why would you say that? I think that was just more or less so people could say, oh yeah, he's the, no. So that was just, I commend you for saying that, because in my head, I still believe that my son is being somebody that he's truly not. He's just now me, on the other hand, same thing, but I didn't do it to fit in. It just came out. You know what I mean? I came from the nice suburbs and then moved to the projects, and I was selling drugs and being bad and in gangs, but I wasn't trying to be like other people. That's just who I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to be somebody I wasn't. So they didn't influence me. I just liked it and said, shit, I'm like them too. You get what I'm saying? But as far as
Mhm.
my son, he just was trying to be like them to fit in. But
Yeah.
like I was the leader. He's not a leader, so that's it.
Yeah.
A lot of times kids feel like that if they be themselves, they won't be accepted. And
Right.
that's where the confusion, that's where the confusion comes in. And we've all experienced it. I mean, I think I have experienced it in my childhood. And even in my watching my kids, I had to be careful with that. And I mean, it's crazy. My daughter, and I'll give you a for instance, it was easier for my daughter to say that she was what's the joint bisexual than it was for her to say that she just liked boys. Because when she said she liked boys, she was out, she was kicked out. It was like, oh, you're not what's the word they use nowadays? You're not accepting people and all these other kind of stuff. And they actually kicked her from her job in high school because she said that she liked boys. And they was like,
What?
nah, we only want people who are I can't remember the word that they use, pan. I think pan is the word or something like that. We only want
Pansexual.
people, yeah, whatever the word that means you okay with anybody or whatever that is. Yeah. She was 'cause go ahead.
Pansexuality is liking someone for their personality, not their genitalia.
Exactly. So because
Yeah.
she refused, because she didn't say she was pansexual, they would not let her be the manager of the girls basketball team. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
you know what I'm saying? And it was but then
That's some
then it
lawsuit
became
shit right
for
there.
them it becomes a easier just to say, yeah, I'm pansexual. Yeah, I'm this. Yeah, I'm that. And it became a huge thing. And I supported her no matter what, but I knew inside that she liked boys. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, but I was like, it's okay. Like, I don't understand when that is, but I just gave that a for instance. But it's like that everywhere. It's like that everywhere, especially in the high school, like you gotta be a part of this group or else you get kicked out. And you gotta believe in whatever the group believes or you're going to get kicked out. You know what I'm saying? And that's sad that a lot of times kids don't believe that they can be themselves and still be accepted.
Mm-hmm.
I love all this parental talk, y'all. Y'all talking that good shit today.
Street
niggas
hazing,
smoke
that's what they call it. Appreciate it, King. We about to move on to this next clip. Ladies, I'm gonna start with y'all. When we get back, I want to know y'all thoughts on this young lady. Well, it's two young ladies. She having her opinion on someone else's opinion, but we gonna have our opinion after.
Call me and pick me. I don't give a fuck. But I saw this video and it pissed me smooth the fuck off. Let's roll the clip.
Whatever happened to niggas letting a female win an argument and shutting up and say, you know what, babe? Whatever, I'm not gonna win. You niggas try to argue. That's what screams sassy.
Keyword, niggas. And disrespectfully respectful. Ain't no nigga finna shut the fuck up and let none of you bitches win shit. Not a broke nigga, not a bum nigga, not a pimp nigga, not no nigga. I mean, the only nigga that will let that pass is a bitch nigga, but I digress. This bitch said, let's go back to the old-fashioned times where niggas let women win arguments. I don't know no woman that is arguing with no nigga. Better yet, why don't we go back to the times where men used to bust y'all upside y'all fucking shit for saying stupid shit and being disrespectful? What happened to the rule of thumb? Let's bring that back. Let's bring back how husbands could discipline their wives. Let's bring back how women used to listen to their men. But you want to talk about let's go back to the times where men would just let their women win an argument because all y'all want to do is argue. And that's what makes you sassy. It makes you look like a punk. A man demanding his respect does not deem him as sassy or a punk. That makes him a real man, and you're a real bitch because you don't want to fucking respect a man. You a real miserable, disgusting, not desirable bitch. I honestly have come to the conclusion that these bitches literally just make these videos just for me. Y'all make them just for me because I'm calling you bitches out every time. I don't think there was ever a time that men would just shut the fuck up and let their wives win, unless it had to do something with costing them their lives, or honestly to protect themselves and them kids if their kids involved. They don't shut up because they want you to win or because you're right. Bitch, you're loud and wrong. And then y'all don't be teachable. Y'all don't be teachable. Y'all not willing to learn. Y'all really feel like y'all know everything. You bitches fucking suck. And why, if y'all know everything, why the fuck is a lot of y'all on government assistance? Why do y'all always got y'all?
Yeah, she going off now. I don't know how long she gonna rant. We can start with you, Kool-Aid. How you feel about her thoughts on what the young lady saying? She's saying men don't know how to just be quiet and let their woman just win the argument. She said they need to bring that back. So it was a time, basically, I guess, that men used to just shut up and let their women have it. And this girl disagrees. She said, nah, she feel like they need to bring back the times when they can discipline their women. When women was told to shut up and they didn't, they got smacked and et cetera, et cetera. What's your thoughts on what you heard in the clip?
I don't. Can you hear me?
Don't tell me Kool-Aid quiet. You good?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear.
Okay. I'm not quiet. I'm just amazed by the way the young lady with the dreadlocks was talking. I don't know. This is really a little touchy, so I'm just going to watch what I say. I agree a little bit with the young lady with the dreads, but I don't agree with her when she's saying that they should go back in time where you should just let men abuse you and smack you and shut up. I said what I said, because I think that's just horrible. And due to the fact that that happened to me, I don't agree with that. And I do agree with the other young lady. Sometimes men should walk away from arguments to stop domestic violence or situations. It doesn't mean that the man is soft or, not a man. Sometimes some men just don't even got time for all that shit. They just walk away and keep doing what they're doing.
Amen to that.
And another thing is, some women do need to sometimes not argue with the man all the time. Sometimes they need to shut up and be quiet and listen and things like that. But they don't have to be roughed up and toughed up and smacked around to do that. And government assistance and all that. Sometimes I'm getting sick of that too, hearing shit like that, because some people need that. Some people are going through things where they can't get a job or, different things like that. But that's just another subject. But I do agree with both of the young ladies, but I don't really necessarily agree with the girl with the dress with this, men or bitches just because they walk away. I think that's a good thing, because I wish that in some cases with my relationships or people I know would have just walked away.
Kool-Aid said, just walk away. And I appreciate that, because we got to remember, we talking based off your experience, so you ain't got to worry about what other people, because their experience might be different, so they might disagree. You got some might be similar, so they might agree. So don't never
that's what
worry
I said.
about
Everybody's
that.
opinion is different. Like I said, somebody might like mustard on their hot dogs and some might like just ketchup. So everybody's different and everybody's brain is different. But I'm just saying, for as arguments and men and women relationships, I feel that nobody should be arguing anyway like that, to the point where, you know what I mean? Like, if you feel that this person's just going to walk away, they're a bitch and they just need to smack you. And I just think all that is crazy. But everybody has their own opinion. I just feel that people should just sit down and talk like adults and try to work it out. And if it doesn't work out, then you should go your separate ways, because that person ain't for you.
I agree. Destiny, excuse all the N-words in that video, but just for men, we're going to just say men, that she basically saying that's out here that she want men to be quiet and just let the girl have the conversation. Just let them win. She said them men need to come back, because nowadays men like to argue too much. You agree with that girl, or the girl who's disagreeing?
I'm a bit of an agree and disagree. Just like previously stated by Miss Kool-Aid. It's I'll throw it out there. The rule of thumb was pointed out by the young lady with dreads, because that the rule of thumb was men were allowed to beat their wife as long as their ruler was no thicker than their thumb. So that was a normal thing. It was, if you want to argue so badly, if you want the argument to be over, if you want there to be no argument, then there were different tactics at some point to make sure there was no argument. If you want to argue, but you want a guy that doesn't argue, then she was being spiteful throwing that in. I don't think that was her honest opinion on that situation, was if you want to argue, just go back to that. So that was just a spiteful throw in as far as I was looking at it. In my experience, and from what it sounds like, not the girl with dreads, the other girl, she said that guys don't like just apologize and get to the end, or telling a woman she was right and just ending the argument. It sounds like she dated someone that did do that, and then in whatever fucked it up, and then she has gotten with guys since then that did not do that thing. So it sounds like she dated one of the rare birds, because I have dated a rare bird like that, and it's kind of odd how quickly I'm not mad anymore when the guy looks at me and tells me that I'm right and that he shouldn't have done whatever the fuck it is that I'm arguing about, and that he'll work on that. And then it, like, right there, I have nothing else to fucking say, because I mean, I was right. Okay, good. You're going to work on it. You said you're going to work on it. All right, let's see you work on it. And then if they actually do fucking work on it, I don't have anything else to say. I don't have anything else to argue about if you're doing the right. And then I have had an experience where I watched a man see that actually worked and started trying it himself. So they have the ability to learn if they want to try, but there are a lot of men out there that refuse to think that things are any different than what's going on in their head. And that means that they're not going to tell you that they're right, or that you're right. They're not going to be able to be convinced that they're not right. That's just that type of person. There are men out there that do that all over the place, but there are men that do listen all over the place. So you got, I don't know, pick how difficult your life is going to be, right? Get to know that person before you start fucking them.
Okay, so it sounds like you're one of man to just be quiet, right, and listen. Instead of going back and forth with you, just let you have the argument. So basically, the first girl.
Yeah, I think ranting is like medicine. Like, let me get this rant out. I'm a realist personally, so I'll just rant and then get it out. And at the end, I'll breathe, and I'll just be like, okay, so what are we gonna do then? I feel better. Let's talk about it. And that's not rant right there. In every case, I have gone on walks. If it turns into I need to rant, then I'm gonna rant right there. Let it all out. Be honest as fuck. Every fact and every hint of emotion is gonna throw in there for about 5 to 10 minutes. And once it's out of my system, now we need to find a solution, because this has turned into me having to rant about it rather than me just talking to you about it.
No, okay. What's your thoughts, Beast? You heard both of the ladies and you heard the video. Wrong. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the video is just going to two extremes. One extreme is that if he argues back with you, he's a feminine male. The other extreme is the male that feels that it's okay that if your wife talks to you, I can spank you or beat you or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just two extremes. For me personally, I'm all about my peace. Now, depending on the argument, every argument is different. If I feel that the argument is something that's going to, hey, what's up? Somebody good?
I don't know. Somebody banging on something.
Like
oh shit! Feet? Sorry, that's me. My bad.
You all right, dog? Sound like I got no Diddy party or something.
Sound like I need to pull out some dollars. Well, I got some ones.
I was packing my cigarette on my phone, not even thinking that y'all would hear that. My bad.
All right, we go back. Yeah, I'm about my piece. So if this argument is worth it, that if I feel I'm correct in this argument, and whatever you feel is still going to be something that's going to disturb my peace, then I'm gonna argue it out. But if it's not something that's going to disturb my peace, then I'm gonna say my point and leave it alone, because I'm not worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, like there's been times I've told my wife, well, go ahead and do it. Like you gonna learn. I've already told you, that is not a smart idea. That is not something you should do. That is not what you call it. But hey, go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? So, it just becomes all, a lot of times it just becomes mainly just about whether or not I am going to be at peace with what's going to happen either way. So it all depends now. So and that's how I feel, because my peace is the most important thing to me, because I don't want to be at a point where I'm acting out of character. I don't want to be at a point where I'm doing something that, I would then, or say something, or, do anything that I feel is, out of my character. So yeah, it's just about my peace. So sometimes I argue, sometimes I let it go. Sometimes I let her go ahead and fuck around and find out, if we want to say it like that. Like, go ahead, just go ahead and find out what you want to do. You say you want to do it, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's really that kind of, depending on what the argument is. But if it's about, protecting my kids or something like that, then yeah, I'm willing to fight to the end for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about what the argument is. I believe that ultimately, no matter what the argument is, the truth will eventually come out. So sometimes I just walk away from that argument because I know that the truth will eventually come out. So, and sometimes I don't want, if I'm worried that it's going to affect me directly, then yeah, then now I'm going to fight it out, because I don't even want the truth to come out, because I already know that the truth is something that's going to mess with me. So it just all, and know who you're arguing with. Some people is not even worth arguing. Like, you already know they're not receiving anything you're saying, so why waste your time? That's another way of protecting my peace. Like, I'm not going to argue with somebody who I know is not going to receive what I got to say anyway. So, I just walk away. I guess then I'm a bitch in her eyes. So, there we go.
B said he gonna argue his point if he have to, but if it ain't worth it, he'll let it go. What's your thoughts, funny man? You gonna sit there, you gonna argue? And I seen you said you didn't respond to that last clip neither. For some reason, I thought you did. So you can add that if you want.
No, I forgot all about the last clip, but on this clip, I mean, I'm just starting to come to the fact that women are just crazy. I mean, I'm gonna say crazy, but they just like the.
I was waiting for somebody to say that.
They just like to they just like to argue or whatever. Like I don't know if I stated this, but part of the reason why I'm single is because I was in the hospital. You know what I mean, with the junk dude, you know what I mean, just had a stroke and everything. And one of my exes came in, and I was, I was like, and we sitting there, eating and the conversation and everything, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, wow, like we might get back together or something like that. You know what I mean? I was thinking I might give her another chance. Then all of a sudden, like I said, I just had a stroke. She's gonna pull out the phone and be like, why is this person hurting? Why are they hurting? Why are they hurting? Why? I'm like, because they thought I had a stroke. You know what I mean? They thought I wasn't gonna be here no more. They talking about, we hope you don't, we hope you don't die. So I'm sitting there having an argument in the hospital. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like when I was younger and all, like, in the Bible and everything, I used to, I used to be mad at Adam. I used to be like, why did he take the fruit and everything like that? But now I understand why. But if he would have been like, oh no, we can't take the fruit, I'm not going to do it. This is no. And she'd be like, oh, what do you mean you're not going to take the fruit? You want me to do this by myself? Let me count your ribs. I know you're messing with somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's they always want to argue about something. And Okay,
Chow
I'm done.
said he appreciate it. He said you made a phone call for him, Dave. He said thanks for putting him on. And he appreciate that. Chow bow.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
what you
yeah,
do.
yeah.
You
No
gotta look
problem.
out for each other. Phil, we coming after you, Phil. You be over there arguing, brother. But the lady in the clip, you know how you feel about what she said. She said she think men should just get back to just shutting up or being quiet and just letting a woman win the argument, whatever it might be. Just let them have it. Ain't no point of going back and forth with a woman. The other girl said
Nah,
no.
man.
That's just a man trying to be a man. You can't tell him da. He should be able to get his stuff off. Which one you going with?
I'm gonna go with, man. I'm a firm believer, man. I pick and choose my battles, man. I ain't gonna lose the war for no little battle. So it's like I ain't doing all that, man. You know, cause I know me, it can go left. I'm a cusser, and I'm gonna fuck around and say something that I'm gonna regret. So sometimes, you just shut the hell up, and then a lot of times that started the argument too, because my favorite line is "oh whatever," and when I say that, that turns into another damn problem.
Yep.
So whatever. Oh my god. But when I say whatever, I mean you got it. You got it until I really need to jump in and and say what I gotta say. But other than that, like I said, pick and choose your battles, man. Everything ain't worth arguing over.
Yep. Hey, Molly, can I say one more thing?
Go ahead.
Hey, fellas, unless you can type 80 words a minute, never have an argument, a text argument. You're not going to win that. You're not.
Why would you get in that?
Where are you? Where you at? I'm at the. Oh, I see the bubbles. You ain't. What you doing? Making up a lie? No. I was saying I was at the. Oh, you. Now you just stalling. I'm
funny man. You know how to talk text? Just start talking into your text. Shit. Don't sit there worry about typing them.
You're gonna stutter. It's gonna take some time too.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It'd be like da.
That's great. You need to do it and then screenshot whatever the fuck it puts down. Just screenshot it and then go edit it.
I got you. What's that, Kool-Aid?
I was saying, excuse me, because I used to always, I guess they are arguments with text messages back and forth with my child's father. He doesn't, he say, I ain't reading all that shit. And then he'll end up doing voice messages. So that's the way he don't text at all. He just do the voice messages, which is crazy. That's the way to get it instead of texting. You could just do some voice messages.
That's the way to get it. Teach them.
Go old school. Just call and shit. Pick up the phone and call.
Yeah, voice recording, call. I thought y'all were talking about like he says what he's saying into the phone and then it types down what he's saying, even though he's got that stutter. So I was like, he needs to do that and then screenshot it because it's probably funny, and then he can go edit it. But yeah. Voice messages, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I do that a lot.
Yeah, I just don't respond. I don't know why y'all do that. I just don't respond. I don't read all that. If I see a paragraph, I just already know that's too much. I'm not about to read through that to get myself upset and then I had to respond back and all that. Just like, nah.
That's a fact because now I do that.
On the phone,
now
like
I
Phil
do that.
said.
So I'm with you, Molly. I do that now. I just delete it. I don't want to hear it because it gets your body all emotional and get you all worked up. I don't even argue. I don't do none of that. Like some lady yesterday tried to almost side swipe me, and I just beeped. Like because you're supposed to, right? Like boop, and she goes on the side of me. I have my baby, my 6-year-old in the back, and she's like rolled down her window on the side of me saying stuff and doing this and that, and I just ignored her. And my daughter, she's so used to me being that old Shaylin. So she's like, Mom, she's saying something and put her window. I said, put your window up. And I had to let her know it's good to ignore. Because what if that lady had a gun? What if that lady would have, you know what I'm saying? Did something to me, but I'd be arguing with her. And I just learned this was recently, I just learned to just walk away. It's not worth it. Everybody's not worth that energy You know what I mean? She almost hit us. So what am I going to argue with her for? You know, and then I found out that my lights wasn't on. So maybe she was doing like this for my lights. I don't know, but whatever it was, I wasn't trying to hear it.
Oh, it's unlocked. That makes sense. We need to hear from our boy Trippy, man. You back or you still packing them jacks? We call them jacks up here. I know y'all call them cigarettes. We call them jacks up here. But what's your thoughts on the clip, the video of the young lady saying men need to just start being quiet and let their women have the, you know, argument or whatever debate they having? Then you had the other young lady saying that no, men should be able to speak up and these women should stop going back and forth with their men. What side you on?
Well, thank you for taking me off punishment. Man, I mean, I see both sides. I see what both sides are trying to say, but first and foremost, if they were having a real conversation face to face, ain't nobody gonna get nothing across because they're both taking it to the extreme. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, man. Nowadays, man, I'm single and I ain't really looking for a relationship because I just, the stress and everything that comes with that. I've been in some toxic relationships. I've been the, I've been the asshole that gets mad and call a woman out of their name when we're arguing. I've been in the relationships where it's the vice versa, and it's taken me time to realize that, I'm not hurting anybody but myself. And because, like, if I really care about a woman, I'm destroying what we have when I fly off the handle or get mad. A lot of time over something that started with a simple thing. And so, I've only been home from prison for 3 years, but I haven't had a relationship since I've been home because I just got to work on myself. You know what I mean? I can't. Yeah. Comedy is too important. Comedy is too important to me too. And I just focus on that and like my eyes to the grindstone because like I can't allow myself to fall off track when I don't know what I'm trying to say. I can't allow myself to fall off track if I'm getting in a relationship with somebody and we can't have a civil conversation. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
It makes sense.
Don't short yourself. A lot of my friends just came home doing 15, 20 years. And the only thing getting them by is they woman. They done met some good girls. Some of them while they was on, some of them when they just got home. But these women was able to help mold them. It's some things we can help them with, but it's some things they don't want us to even help them with. And some things they might not want to share with us, but they'll share with a woman that they might be in love with. So hopefully you find somebody that can help you, move on. And I want to get this last take from a special guest since he coming in late. This gonna be the last take of the night, and then after that, we need to get some good energy from everybody before we get up out of here. But let's welcome in the Reverend to the show, man. What up, Rev?
What it do?
Hey, man. Hey, I don't know if you caught some of that tape. We had two young ladies that had a good, debate. Basically, one had a good take on saying that they need to bring men back that can just be quiet, let their women get that energy out, let them win the argument. Ain't no point of going back and forth with them. And you had the other woman feel like, nah, men should be able to speak out if they got something to say, and these women shouldn't really be going back and forth with them. She even went to the point that they should go back to putting hands on them if she want to go back in time. But what's your thoughts on it? What side you on?
Shit, sorry.
Well, I don't approve of violence.
I can feel take two, my bad.
I think it just got to get to a place where it's we got to learn how to agree to, and what I mean is that we got to learn how to come with a common ground. You get what I'm saying? This whole fighting each other and this, that, and the third. I don't agree that anybody should be getting to the point where they feel like they got to be hostile, to put hands on each other, and I don't agree with that. You know, and I'm not for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't approve of that. I just think that we got to get to a place where it's we come with a compromise, and when you come with that compromise, I feel like that compromise could be the thing to stop the fighting that lead to, like really just sit back and evaluate, like, why are we fighting? Why are we fussing? What is this really over? You know, and then I think if we look at things from that perspective, then I don't approve of that.
That's still a good take. And I know you want to prove of that. I don't think none of the men approve of them getting back to hitting the woman at all. That's
Right.
when she lost me and started talking about EBT and all. I said, oh, yeah, she said enough. But she had a couple of good points, and I want to hear from Phil, the OG or all OG, because I feel like he lived a little bit in both eras, probably, man. You probably around when dudes was out here or grew up in the time when they was put hands on women. Now you're at a time when, boy, you're
Phil,
going
tell
to
him you ain't that
jail.
old, Phil.
I wonder what Phil he talking about.
Oh, my bad. I thought Phil was at least 83. My bad.
Nah, man, that's my birthday. Shit.
Right now, what's your
I still got a few weeks.
You still got a few weeks.
I got a few weeks. Yeah, but
What's
nah,
your
man.
thought?
Nah, man, I don't believe it's even putting your hands on your woman, man. First of all, I can't ask nobody else to respect my woman if I don't respect her. And putting my hands on her is a proof that I do not respect her. Man, what's cool about me walking around my woman all black and blue? So we ain't doing that. Now, it's like some things do need to be said, but I used to date a chick when I was in high school, man, and her thing was that you didn't love her if you didn't beat her. That was the craziest shit I ever heard of. And so, you don't know where some people come from or what their background is and what they've seen in their parents' relationships. But that's them, man. You got to be accountable to what you do. You got to be accountable to how you treat your woman. And I can't look, and I'm raising kids. Well, I was raising kids. So I can't sit around. I got to be an example. I can't sit around and tell my son not to do something when I'm running around beating up on chicks. So, no, we ain't doing that. And I'm not going to say it was the thing to do back in the day. It was wrong today, and it was wrong back then, too. Shit. Yeah, hell no. I mean, my father wasn't the greatest dude around, but one thing I never saw him do was put his hands on my mother. That would have been a problem anyway. But, we tried to make excuses for wrong shit. And that's what that is. That's just making an excuse for doing something wrong. Yeah. So now I gotta go play in my birthday party.
We there, baby. We there. I got the camera ready, man.
My 82nd birthday.
Yeah, off. My bad.
It's all good, baby. It's all good.
Any of y'all want to add something to that before we get out of here? Go ahead, Death.
I do. Shocker. I think something that got overlooked here is that women also need to know how to hear what's being said to them and know if it's right and be able to say, you're right, I shouldn't have been like that. That gets skipped over a lot. Women want to point at, I have the ability, but most women like to point at a bunch of men and say that they don't know how to do this, but women are the same way. Just like whenever women say that men are dogs, if you listen to a group of women talk about men at all, it's just as bad. So a lot of women don't like to recognize what they do wrong and like to point at other people and tell them that they've done something wrong. If we can, at any point ever in history, just normalize women also expressing whenever they are wrong. Let's both genders, both sexes, whatever you, just human beings admitting whenever they're wrong would be kind of nice, you know?
Destiny, they're gonna take your woman card from you if you say that outside of
Absolutely.
this meeting. They gonna kick you. They gonna kick you out the club.
For sure. For sure. Accountability. I didn't even know a woman can say that out loud.
Yeah.
You better be careful.
They ain't gonna let you play with them no more, Destiny. You gonna have to come over and hang out with us now. I can hear your phone ringing now.
Put the call in, Kool-Aid.
Right.
They gonna call Destiny an industry plant.
It's hard for men to say things like that because usually a woman's going to go off. I can say it, and if a woman goes off on me, I'm going to look at her and I'm going to say, "You're right."
Yeah, you're right. I'd rather hear it from a woman, right? So the other woman can, okay, she said it, but when a man said it goes off, you know. So we gonna start
When
with
Destiny
you.
said that Kool-Aid cut her camera off, she was like, "I don't want to be
See?
part of none of this."
I don't want to play with you.
Yeah.
You're like, I ain't in this.
I'm just joking, Kool-Aid. I'm just joking. You did not do that. I know. I'm just messing.
She just accidentally went silent.
Yeah. I saw her twitch a little bit, like she almost stroked out, but you know,
Yeah.
she kept it together.
So say it again, because I apologize. I was reading something somebody texted me at the time. You can't, listen and
That's why she
They
didn't
never
cut her
Yeah,
camera off.
that's how that happens.
Okay. Yeah.
I missed it. So what happened?
Destiny brought up this word that most women don't know about. It's called accountability.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
so
See?
What I said was that regardless of if you're male or female, we should all understand what's being told to us and if we're right or we're wrong for what's being done. And we need to be able to look at the individual that's talking to us, regardless of your genitalia, and be able to tell a person if they're right.
Well, I heard you say women, so we're just going to go by what you first said. And my thing is,
Yep, that was
that
me.
is a great thing to say. And some women don't take accountability for their wrongs or how they are as a person. But I'm starting to do that. So I agree with you with that because I even tell certain people that I have confrontations with or how they project me and how they see me. And I'll say, hey, I take accountability for acting like this, or I take accountability for doing this or saying this. But there has to be a time that no more accountability. Just quit doing it and change.
Yeah.
And some people don't even believe that you can change. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm starting to renew my mind, body, and soul to where I don't even have to even act out in that way for somebody to even acknowledge what I've done wrong for me to say, oh yeah, I take accountability for that. So I could be perfect for my husband. That's on the way.
Yeah, that's like
Reverend Clark, we're gonna hold hands and put our hands down and pray now. Are you there?
Amen. If you say it, that's one thing that can end the argument. But once you go do it again, that argument can come back up. A lot of people, I'm just going to say people, talk about how subjects can come back up. They come back up because it's happening again. Don't do it again and don't
like I
hear
said,
it anymore.
And a lot of people don't take accountability. I didn't even know what that word was until somebody kept saying, you're not taking accountability. And then I was like, you know what is that? And then when they told me, I said, I started doing that. Sometimes you got to admit that you're wrong. You got to, come back and apologize, but you can't keep repeating the cycle because it's just not going to, it's just,
That word been getting around a lot lately, man. They've been reaching the masses. And I like that we all starting to say that, we're going to be more accountable. And it just seemed like when people do things you don't like, we be pissed off. And it's just like we do plenty of things to ourselves that we don't like. Get more pissed off at that. When you ain't getting up when you know you're supposed to be up. When you ain't getting out there doing things that you know you're supposed to do. When you getting lazy sometimes. When you watching too much TV, too much Instagram. It's always something that you can work on. But you don't get on yourself that much. But the minute somebody else tell you you're gonna do something, they might not come through it. Oh, you got that. It's times you lie to yourself. Get on yourself just as much as you get on everybody else, and that's when I think accountability becomes a thing. We're gonna leave some good energy before we get up out of here. We're gonna start with you, Trippy, man. Oh, nah, since you knew, you probably don't know how this go. I'm gonna start with Dr. Reverend, then you.
Okay.
Give him some good energy before we get out of here, Doc.
Man, stay focused, stay dedicated, speak life, speak positive, break up with negativity, you know what I'm saying? Look up, stop seeing yourself as less than, stop speaking fear, doubt, and unbelief, and please just keep pushing for change.
Like that. Fred, give him some good energy before you go, brother.
Oh man, to piggyback off that, words have energy. Everything you speak, you bring into existence. That's why it's still spelling spells. So just watch your mouth and speak positivity, happiness, and do unto others as you want done unto you.
Love that. Kool-Aid, give us some good energy before you go. Now you can push your thirst first. Go ahead.
Well, my motto is wake up with a happy, healthy, grateful heart. Be happy, live, laugh, and love. And don't let nobody get you down. Turn the other cheek and keep it moving. Don't look back.
Yeah. Young Dad.
Muted.
Dr. Anna Lovely out of Miami, Florida with Live, Laugh, like pussy. Positive energy breeds positive energy, y'all. Go be positive. Oh fuck, that's me right there. Hold on. So that is the Talk to the Nerd Roast Battle Championship on Friday, February 27th at 8 p.m. at 500 East Heinberg Street. It is brought to us by the Talk to the Nerd that are defending champion Hunter Stewart. That is a roast battle in Pensacola, Florida, y'all. So if you're anywhere near Pensacola, Florida, it's fun. I've won twice, but I can very well get my ass stomped by this one. Come watch and find out.
Appreciate you tapping in with us, Dash D.
Thanks.
For me, is the thing I'm telling people now is you ain't gotta lie, Craig. You know what I'm saying? That people, if people will accept you, the thing that people want, the thing is people think they have to be something that you don't have to be. You can be exactly who you are, and people will accept you for being who you are. So be the most authentic version of yourself. Be how you want to be. Of course, we all want to be better. Go and try to be better, but make sure you be you, because you ain't got to be nobody else. And nobody can be better at being yourself than you.
Yes.
Uncle Phil, get us some good energy before you go, King.
Mine is like, man, don't fall for the hype, man. You are your brother's keeper. And don't, treat people the way you want to be treated, man. And don't let them divide you, man. Ain't nobody coming to help us but us. So, yeah, be your brother's keeper, man. Look and sit as somebody need help them.
Like that. Hey, Q, I like that too. Funny Man Green, get us some good energy before you go, bro. You good?
Are you all right? What I gotta say is life is short. Life is short. So don't waste your time spent on negativity.
Like that. Don't waste your time on negativity. My boy, keep it short, dumb. You got an upcoming event this Friday. Happy birthday to our boy Trey. That's upcoming February 20th. You should be there at 249 Virginia Avenue, Cumberland, Maryland. We're going to be out there, my boy Funny Man. I'm going to speak it into existence like my boy Trey said. And who you say going to be there that's not on the flight? You always say his name, and I'm going to forget. I don't want to forget.
Rod Uncensored.
Yeah, like Rod Uncensored, Funny Man Green. We got Tay Boogie. Kirby Wilkins, Hilarious Omar. I ain't seen him in a minute neither. That'd be good to see him. Music by Columbia's own Jessica Sharp and DJ Blaze. It's a bring your own bottle event. So yeah, bring your own. Hey, that's probably even better for most people. Tickets $25 at the door. You can get them for $20 in advance. You also gonna have food presents by his sister, Crab Queen. This the menu right here. She got fried wings and fries. Got seafood boil. It's a crab cakes, egg rolls, steak and cheese subs, and more.
She hit me up last night. She tonight. It's, you know what I mean. If you want to order seafood, you got to get a hold of me sometime today. Cause like you know what I mean. I'm using common sense. I'm not going to bring all this seafood to make for it to go to waste.
Yeah, that makes sense. But most time, black people don't let seafood go to waste, man. So now go ahead and put that order in. If not, bring it down there. Once they see other people eating seafood, they gonna want some too. It's just something about it. Put your orders in early so you can get that. Albert out there gonna be busy. This the pre-Mother's Day. Your Mama's So Crazy at the Downtown Cultural Arts Center in Baltimore at 401 Howard Street. Doors open at 7. Showtimes from 8 to 10, and after 10 is for the after party. $40 for the early bird tickets, or $50 at the door. We got the Comedy Bash March the 7th. Doors open at 7. Showtime start at 8. Hosted by Woo Woo. And our girl out there will be there as well. This at the Pavilion, 4919 Suitland Road in Suitland, Maryland. Got foods and drinks will be available. Need any more details on this, contact Big Mike at 202-706-4340. DJ, who that Big Cheese is in the building, so it should be a good event. And hopefully that all of y'all can make it out there. If not, you know, we're going to be in North Carolina. This is the Love and Happiness Spring Comedy Show, Thursday, May 23rd, 2026. Doors open at 7 p.m. Showtime start at 8. You got to be 21 and over. So we going like my boy. You coming in 17, you getting put out. And whoever brought you with him. So you got to be old. We got DJ Slat Time in the building, Future and Mimi Manning, our very own JB, Gerald Brown, DeJuan Cap, and it's hosted by the G Factor. That's my girl Gwen, and headliner our very own Isaiah McFarland. And for anybody out there looking to be an actor, comedian, we're looking to do some improv or anything like that, just reach out to my girl Louisa. Weezy Wee, y'all probably seen her early on the show. She's going off for a second. Or you can just email them at redvisioncinema@gmail.com. Age is here. You can be 17 and up. You know, so if you're 17 or older and you want an opportunity to show your talent, come on out, man. Other than that, we up out of here. Love. Catch y'all tomorrow. Freaky.
All right, fam.
Just something else. What else?
I sent you two.
Two more?
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to check them out. I ain't got them. No, I ain't saved them yet. Yeah, Reese, you gotta start letting me know, man. You gotta let me know. If you sent anybody want us to share they flyer and that, like my boy Funny Man Green, Destiny, they donated $5 to the show, so we promote their events or whatever event you might coming up. If you want that as well, just reach out to my girl Isaiah McFarland, or you can just cash out. Let me put it up there. And once you get it, just let it know what it's for, send the flyer in, and we'll share it on the show as well. But I got you, Funny Man. I got my to find it. As long as it ain't this weekend, I can share it tomorrow. Appreciate it, child. Appreciate you for tapping in with us, brother. It's always good to see you, man. Yeah, and I had to sign back in Facebook and all that stuff on this new laptop. So a lot of messages that you probably sent before, they gone. So you probably got resent it. But I ain't got none of my previous messages that I had yesterday or any days before on this laptop. I save it on my phone though. I probably got it on my phone. We got another fly right here. Is this yours here?
Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah.
Okay, and this who did somebody's birthday celebration or just celebration comedy?
Howard G's birthday celebration. He's doing a show on the day after the 20th. Whatever. So yeah, got Poet Venom. We got Tune. We got Megan Machana. We got Kiki. We got me. We got Fly Java Jizzle, Babyface, Devontae, Nana G, Ricky Bordick, and Antonia L. Berry. It's supposed to be a Howard G birthday celebration.
Yeah, I got a 10-man lineup, man. I can run 5 on 5.
Yeah,
that'd be a good event right there.
The crazy thing is, this is the second half. They do 2 halves. The first half is Ricky Shackelford. Then the second half is Howard G. So it'll start at 8 o'clock and it probably won't end until like 12, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, they're gonna be turned up, man. That's a lot of people though, so yeah, they're gonna 10 comments. Yeah, it's gonna be worth it. They I don't see no price. How much is the ticket?
$25.
$25. All right. That ain't bad for 10 comments. That's unheard of.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. We out. Catch y'all tomorrow. Freaky Friday. Y'all got any video questions for tomorrow? Send them in. Don't be shy. I know Kenny got something, man. Send something in, Kenny. I know you got questions for the ladies, man. I know some of these ladies might got questions for the men. You got a question, just send it in and ask it on the show. Love and peace, man. Catch y'all.